Hi, welcome to the video. Today we're going to check out some of the settings that you can amend and change with your Whisper email account or domain name, and we'll be using the Whisper Plesk hosting or email system and also the control panel to log in and access Plesk. So some of the things that we'll look at today will include adding an alias to an existing domain name. So this is your domain name here, this is your email address in full, and the alias is the part before the @ sign. So we can add additional aliases, for example sales accounts at johndoe.whisper.com that will arrive into that mailbox. We'll discuss catch-all settings, which is anything before the @ sign will get caught and go to that email address. We'll show you how to change your mailbox password, although there is a more in-depth video on that. We'll discuss adding a new mailbox, email forwarding, auto replies, and finally we'll take a quick look at the antivirus and spam filter that we have in Plesk because it's quite advanced. So to get started, I've set up the test email, which is our John Doe, the fictitious character, in Windows 10 Mail. So I have a few emails in here, so we can send and receive. That all works fine. And then to start managing, we need to go to the Whisper control panel. So the easiest way to get there is to go to our website, and in the top right hand corner click control panels and then cloud hosting. You'll then be forwarded to our domain name system or hosting system, where you can purchase domain names and manage the services and emails. And what we want you to do is log in. As you can see, I'm already logged in, so let's just log out just to show you. And to log in, we click the login button in the top right. And then to the control panel, username and password. It's already saved in my browser. If you're not sure what these details are, just run through the forgot password procedure with your usual email address, and you should get the email come through to reset your password. If you can't for any reason, drop us an email at support@whisper.net, or if you want a quicker response, try our website live chat and we should be able to help you with those usernames and passwords. Once you have those, log in. Now we're into the dashboard of the hosting control panel, and if we scroll down, you'll see a list of your services. We can see just one here, which is the Whisper web space and email for my Whisper domain name, and if you have your own domain name, you will see a list of domains that you've purchased from us there and how to manage them in Plesk. So you can either click this here, or you can go up to the top to services and my services, and you'll see a clearer list, and then you can drill into the particular service that you want to manage. We're going to manage our johndoe.whisper.com. We'll drill into there and we can see that it's active, which is great. We can see how much disk space is consumed by the emails or website and the bandwidth usage. So if there's any problems, these will show red, and we'll probably email about you. Email any problems to you. We're interested in the mail settings today, so click on the quick shortcut for mail, and that will transfer us into Plesk. And we can see that we have two email addresses set up. We have post@johndoe.whisper.com, and going back a number of years, we always used to set up the emails with post at the beginning, but you could change that to anything you like, and it would catch everything before the @ sign. These days you get a lot of spam, so that's mainly been disabled over the years. So you'll have post at John Doe, or whatever your username is, .whisper.com, and then you'll have separate aliases set up, so it will only allow emails to John at, sales at, or post at for that particular mailbox. If we look at Jane's mailbox here, she's allowed the alias accounts at johndoe.whisper.com, so anything sent to that email address will go into this mailbox here. So to take a look at the mailbox settings, we can just click into the mailbox, and there's a few simple settings here. First of all, the one that you might be interested in is to change the password. You can either generate a new password or enter your own, confirm it, click OK or apply, and that changes the mailbox password on the server. You'll also have to change that in your mail client. There's another video on how to do that in more detail. You can actually change the email address up here. Again, if you change this, you will have to reset up your mail client, because this is also the username for your mail client to log into the server. So we don't recommend you change this. Moving on, if you click the forwarding tab, you can switch on mail forwarding. Now this is quite handy if you're on holiday or out of the office and you want somebody else to handle your emails. You can forward them to either one, or you can add multiple email addresses here, and any email which is sent to your email or any of the aliases on your mailbox will be forwarded to the list of emails in this box here. And if you don't want the original email in your box, you can tick it here, it will forward it on and it won't send it to you. For now we'll just leave that disabled. Email aliases is where you add additional aliases. So you can see here our main mailbox is post@johndoe.rispa.com, but we also have an alias for John and sales@johndoe.rispa.com, and we can delete those and we can add other ones. So I may want to add another one for, I don't know, kids@johndoe.rispa.com, and we can apply that. And if we go back to the main address list, you'll see that the main mailbox for post@johndoe.rispa.com now has an alias of kids. So we'll just drill back into there. And finally, you have an auto reply. You see these quite frequently when you send an email to somebody and it says, "Hi, sorry, I'm out of the office on holiday, please contact my colleague at." This is where you enable it, so switch it on. You can type in your out of office text here. Sorry, I'm out of the office. You can also forward in here as opposed to using the forwarding tab. It's a very simple one. And you can also select to switch it off automatically when you're back off holiday, for example. So we'll just leave that disabled. So that's generally how you change a password here. You switch on email forwarding if you want it. You add aliases to your mailbox. And you can also turn on an auto reply, or more commonly known as an out of office reply. If we go back to the main email addresses, so here we have two emails, Jane and Post, which has got the John and Kids alias, and Jane's got the accounts alias. So say we wanted to add another mailbox for somebody else in the home, so we can create a new mailbox and we'll call this one Dave. So dave@johndoe.rispa.com. We can set up a password, we can generate it, fairly complex, so you would have to copy this and paste it or save it somewhere, or you can set your own password and simply click OK. And now we have a third mailbox which you can set up in your mail client. A handy thing to know, if you scroll all the way across to the right hand side and click the I, click on manual setup, it will give you the mail settings for this particular mailbox. So when you're setting up your email client, whether that's Windows Mail, Mac Mail, Thunderbird, Outlook, these are the settings that will be the same across all those mail clients, and that will allow you to set up the mailbox in that mail client. And sometimes you might want to do it on your phone, your Android or Apple phone. As opposed to doing it manually on an Apple or an iPhone or an iPad, you can click up here on iOS Mail or iPhone, and you can simply scan the QR code and it will add the email box to your iOS device automatically. If you don't have a camera on it, you can log into Plesk on the iPad, for example, click the link, or you can email yourself the link or message it yourself, and that again will set up the account automatically for you on that device. On the right hand side you can open the webmail for the particular mailbox. One's about security, and you can log into the webmail. It's always webmail.yourdomainname to get into there. And then finally we'll just touch on some anti-spam and antivirus settings. So if I click into, let's use the post at John Doe mailbox as an example, and click in the warden settings at the end, we can check out the spam filter and virus filters here. So by default the spam filter isn't disabled, it's always enabled, and the default action for spam is to move it, and it will move it into the junk or spam folder for you. You can also change the level, the scoring level. So for example, if you are getting too much spam, you can lower this level down and you should see less spam. If you find things are getting caught up in the spam, you can increase the number and it adjusts the amount of spam that you get, and just click update to do that. The virus filter, similar concepts. It's never disabled as default, it's always on. You can select whether to receive the viruses. No, of course we don't want to, and you can tell it to warn us. So we could put our post at johndoe.vispa.com there and update that, and we will get a warning now that somebody sent us a virus, because sometimes somebody might send you a genuine file and it just looks like a virus as the signatures match, so it's handy to have that warning. File filters typically are banned files that contain viruses. There's like a known list, and you can also set up notifications there. Headers we don't need to worry about, and the whitelist and blacklist are very handy. So if you find somebody gets caught up, a genuine person sent you an email, or a company sent you an email that's been caught up in the spam filter because their domain's been blacklisted or whatever, you can add their email address here. Or if you wish to, if it's a company that you deal with and they keep getting spammed, you can just add the entire domain name. So anybody who emails me from bbc.co.uk would automatically bypass any of the spam checking and arrive into my mailbox. And same for blacklist. If I don't want any email from, say, CNN, I can blacklist the entire domain name, or I can put in a specific email address, and that will automatically remove those emails from my mailbox. So that's just a little bit on the spam and antivirus settings. That's pretty much it for adding, removing mailboxes and aliases, changing the passwords, and a very brief overview of the spam system. Thank you for watching.